For our first one, we are going to start with our clear window and our accent. You're just going to clip this in place. Now you are going to take this and stitch around the inside border about 1/8 of an inch from the edge, and then you are going to stitch just the one edge. This is the one edge that's going to be left open, so you want to make sure you at least stitch those sides down so it doesn't fall apart. Sorry, I'm working with like a really slippery vinyl, so I gotta keep adjusting it every couple seconds. So annoying. Now that the inside box is done, I'm going to go ahead and do this edge here. Make sure that you're also pulling your threads through the back so that you don't end up ripping something. So when you pull your tails through the back, you're just going to give this a slight tug, and you'll see the loop come through. Just take a pin and pull that through, and then you're going to tie them off. I went ahead and added my plastic snap closure because I wanted to on this one, so you can do this as well if you want. You don't have to, you can skip it, but you can do it at this point so you don't forget, or you can do it after edge coating. If yours is as large as mine, I would suggest doing it after, because now I can't edge paint that part, and I'm a sad panda, but that's okay, because I'm not actually going to edge paint this one, but you guys can. I'm just not going to. Next up, we got our cute little strappy straps. So you're going to take your double-sided tape and put that right down the middle. You don't have to get the ends because you don't want it gumming up your needle, because that's what it does to mine. Might not to yours, but it does to mine. Anyway, put down some double-sided tape on the back side. You are going to remove that and stick it to the other side. You can glue these as well beforehand if you want to let them sit and dry, but get them as evenly as possible and then just press down. And then we're going to stitch this all around. Hoping my machine doesn't eat this one, because it ate the last one. Little jerk. Please don't be mean to me, sir. Time to hand crank. Yeah, my machine's something else tonight. Oh my God, why are you skipping stitches? take that off and trim your tails. Now I've got my modified strap. I put double-sided tape on both sides, about an inch short of the end here. This is 14.5 inches, and then these are an inch shorter. So what you want to do is have one accent, one main, and then your webbing. This is going to be your support. You can do 2 layers of vinyl if you want to forego using webbing. I just like the look of it. So here we go. Take off your backing, lay your pieces down as evenly as you can get them. Also, when you're done, make sure you do not trim your webbing, like on the sides, because it'll shred on you. It's horrible. And now I'm going to remove the back side and do the same thing. Whoops! Almost dropped something. And I'm actually going to trim a little bit of this because I feel like this is not short enough. Yeah, sure, that looks good. Now we are going to take this to the machine and stitch 1/8 of an inch all the way around. This is wonky. It was wonky. Weird. I hate my walking foot, by the way. Makes everything go crooked. I don't know why. Fucking weird. Here's how it looks. I'm also going to show you how to set it right now because I'm not going to edge coat mine today. Normally this is the point where you would edge coat, but I'm not. So give me 1 second. So for this step, you're going to need your hole punch, rivets, and a swivel clasp. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this end that has the overhang and you're going to slide that on and pull the overhang up. I'm going to pull mine up just a little bit extra so that this lays in the middle, because when I lay the next part over it, I want this to be covered, the end here. So go ahead and fold this end over. You're going to overlap the two. So it should look like this on the side, and then the spot that you want to rivet is right in the middle here. So you're not too close to the ends on either side. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and here's how it looks completed. It's the easiest strap you will ever make. No folding, nothing. Bam. Now what I'm going to do, since I used a snap here, I'm going to line everything up real quick. So you want to make sure it's centered. You can eyeball it. That's usually what I do because I'm not putting stuff on the pattern for it. Just figure it out. I also need to make a hole for that snap. So I'm going to do that, but I'm just going to pin it into place real quick so that it doesn't move. before I do that. And you're going to want to reinforce that hole if you do decide to go with that. Give it a good press real quick so I know where my hole is going. I'm going to do this off camera because I'm too much of a spaz. BRB. Yay, we're locked and loaded. So now let's get this baby going. Bessie over here needs to stop skipping stitches today. So here we are. Again, you can pull your threads to the back. That's what I'm going to do after I'm done stitching this. So I'm not going to back stitch. I'm just going to go straight down all the way around, not doing the top. I have a tendency to go past corners and stuff. Let's slow down. Oh no, what are you doing? Psychopath. And there you have your pocket. Isn't she a beauty? Got the little clip here, and I'm not going to unclip it because I'm probably going to end up breaking it right now because I'm on camera, but I'm going to go on to the card slots now, guys. I averted a crisis again this week. My sewing machine is on the fritz. Okay, so black was probably the worst material to use, but I'm going to use it. So here are my card slots. Yay! You are going to line these up with the card slots. The line here is a card slot's next to it. So go ahead and line that up. Make sure it's even on both sides and not crooked. Otherwise, you're going to have some crooked ass card slots. So I'm going to go ahead and clip that. It should line up with the bottom too. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. And then you just want to mark off these positions here. This is where you're going to fold your card slots. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that with some chalk on both sides. And there you have it. You can remove your template and we'll get to work. All right, so I went ahead and put my double-sided tape down. Now I'm going to take my roll shiny side down. If it's double shiny, you're double lucky. Anyway, remove the backing from your first one. So for this one, you're going to put just like this. Center it in the card slots there so it's in the middle. And then just go ahead and press it down. I like to add a clip at the top just to keep it from moving, just in case your double-sided tape is not that awesome. So then what you're going to do after that is clipped, you're going to flip it over, take it to your machine, and stitch right below that first slot there. You're going to stitch all the way across here. Now if I could just find, this is why I shouldn't have used black. I gotta find the beginning. I don't think this one cut through all the way either, so that's annoying. Now that we're stitched here, we're going to turn it over. You can see your stitch there. Finger press this down. Okay. Now what you're going to do is find that bottom line, and that's where your fold is going to be. You might actually need a card for this one just to, where's my dummy card? Hold on. Yeah, so go down to that bottom one there. Okay. These will give you perfect card slots every time. Just flip it up, make sure it's flat, and then at this point you can remove the backing from the next one up. This is so hard with nails, guys. There we go. and then just press that one up. Make sure it's centered first before you go pressing things down. And then you're going to flip that over and do the same thing. I'm just going to go ahead and do the whole thing on time lapse so you don't have to sit here and listen to me. Now on our next line. Sorry guys, trying to get in there. Alright, second one down. Finger press it. Put your card at the second line up. Alright, so pull it down, put your card or something straight at that second line, and then you're going to pull that up towards the top and smooth out. Alright, next one's done. Just go ahead and press that down. Remove the backing. Line your card slot with the third marking from the bottom. I'm over here making some crooked card slots. How rude of this thread not to stay in my needle. Now we need our last cloth. Yeah, last card slot. Again, pull that down. Remove the backing. I can never get off. Put your card, line it up with that last line there, and push it up. Make sure it's centered, and then press it in. And then this is the last slot, so make sure you don't forget to stitch it closed, otherwise you will be super sad. Just go ahead and trim your tails and whoops, trim your ribbon. I trim about 1/2 inch up. And now we are going to put our flap on. Sorry guys, I forgot to add my punch out spots on my template pieces. So for this purpose, I'm not going to show you where to clip them because I have to, do it all messed up. So I'm just gonna line them up and see where everything goes and we'll work it from there. I'm super old-fashioned with this shit, so don't mind me. Hoping my things line up properly. Some spaz. Alright, there's hole number 1. And hole number 2. So then you're going to go ahead and set your female snap and your rivet. Editing magic, and we're done. Now we're going to work on our zipper tabs. I'm doing them a little differently so that we can reduce the bulk around the zipper area so that you're able to stitch the side. So my vinyl zipper tabs are not going to be folded. I am doing raw edge on mine So you're gonna just fold that in half and stitch that down. I'm not gonna do this on camera because you guys don't want to see me cursing more than I already am. So I'm gonna do this off camera and then come back with some movie magic and be like, yeah, bitch, I'm done. There it is. So now we're going to attach this to our main pieces. Okay, so in this part, your wrong side should be together of your liner piece and your main piece on both sides. Put some pieces of double-sided tape on your zipper, and then we are going to remove the backing and attach it to one side. I want to get pretty close to the zipper teeth on this part. And just make sure it's centered. Sorry, I should have taped that part down so it's not sliding all over the place. Yeah, that looks even to me. And then just go ahead and do the other side. Come on. And then just go ahead and stitch 1/8 of an inch down both sides from top to bottom. So yeah, I was completely out of frame on this one, so I'm sure you can figure it out, but the next part of the video will show you the other side, so you're not totally screwed. Now I'm just going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Oh no, where's my hump jumper? Always losing that thing. This is how your completed piece should look. Fold this in half so the liner pieces are facing each other and match up all the raw edges and clip in place. I'm sorry I didn't get that on video. It was spazzing along with my machine, so they're both in timeout. My phone had stopped recording, but at this point you are going to stitch 1/8 of an inch all the way around your tombstone. Be careful around those zipper tabs. After stitching around the tombstone, you want to trim any raw edges that are not even. Now I have everything trimmed nice and even. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a lighter and I am going to lightly burn the edges. Don't get too close, otherwise, you know, you're going to burn your vinyl or your cork. Just, you know, sweep it over. At this point, you can seal your edges afterwards, you know, using your edge coat, base coat, followed by the color. Make sure you get those corners really well. I get like a lot of Irish pendants in there, and it kind of messes with the edge coat a little bit. So just, you know, try to get those. And there you go. Ready to go. At this time, you will want to add your grommet or your 3-part eyelet. You can add this anywhere you'd like. And again, this is just a suggested thing. You can change it however you'd like. Make your own type of strap, whatever. Have fun with it.